So, Joanne, thank you for joining us. I know the life of a MotoGP star is a very busy one. So let's start off with lockdown. How was lockdown for you? I mean, you must be going crazy.
Well, yeah. Well, now not because at the end in here in Andorra they start to open a bit everything. So at the end this is much more better than before. And but when we was in lockdown, in completely lockdown was crazy. At the end, I'm very lucky that I can have a gym inside my house and at the end we can train a little bit and get better and work every day, but at the end a lot of gym is too much. It's too
Yeah,
much. I don't like a
like
lot.
Popeye.
Yeah. Yeah. And now at the end they start to open the everything here in Andorra. We can go with the trial bike. We can go here in Pas de la Casa in 2,500 meters, and is a bit it's really nice because at the end of the day pass so quickly, and this is perfect now.
So you live in Andorra, along with Alex and a few other riders. So do you socialize? Do you socialize much with other riders, or do you keep yourself to yourself?
Now, yes, because now we meet all in the circuit. Normally, we don't go a lot to train there
Yeah,
because we do some with the races and this. And normally, if you go one day, the one goes another day. But now we all want to get in shape as soon as possible and this, and we train a lot there, and this is really good.
so we got some viewer questions. So I'm gonna ask a few. So Big Boy 69 says, what was the hardest race of your career, physically or mentally, and why?
Physically, the hardest one was Malaysia. From Malaysia, no, Thailand from last year, because after the injury in the lounge, I was not completely at 100%, and was really difficult because with the humidity and the heat and all this stuff, without being that 100%, I struggled a lot. I struggled a lot. I was quite I was not bad. I was there in top seven position, but I remember that every time I couldn't break well. I was struggling. I was struggling a lot, and was the worst race in my life. Also with Malaysia.
Yeah.
With Malaysia was really hard, really hard. With the problem in the lounge, I couldn't breathe well, and it was a disaster.
Cricket Warlord says, the first time you rode a MotoGP bike, what was the first thing that surprised you most?
The power, the first time when you open the throttle in the straight, that the bike starts to wow, it's super to make wheelies so fast. And I remember the first time when I went out with the MotoGP, I went out without the anti wheelie and without the traction control,
Why?
because the team wanted to do like that, like this. I know, I understand what the electronic gives you, no, and this faster. And I remember that I opened the throttle in Valencia with second gear
Yeah.
and start to make really all the straight also in fifth gear. It was like no, I can't believe this. And then inside the corners, open the throttle and the bike was fun, but never again.
So they didn't turn the power down. They just gave you everything without electronics.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. KBS 69 says, which race bike from any era would you like to have a go on?
With the Suzuki of Kevin Swans.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably that one. Yeah,
And
yeah. I
where?
want to try one day when Suzuki 1500 two stroke. at the end is something that I never tried. Nothing similar, because at the end I start with the 125 GP.
Yeah.
It's the only bike to stroke that I tried. Well done, no? It's a good bike, but okay, the power is huge to be a 125, but 500 would be a serious.
And which circuit?
500 with in Valencia, it is okay. Yeah. Oh, Phillip Island, not.
Yeah, Phillip Island. Yeah. How was the step up from Moto 2? Because obviously, were you surprised when Suzuki came to you straight away after so short time in Moto 2?
No, not because I remember that in the first part of the championship, in the middle of the championship, I was in my first year fourth in the third in the championship with 3 podiums, and in a short period of time, I adapt quickly to the Moto2, no? And at the end, I remember that I had a couple of offers to go to MotoGP, and one of them was Suzuki. So, of course, I was surprised to have offers, but not that one, not, but because I had more offers, at the end I was not really surprised.
Okay. So back to that question, how was the step from Moto 2 to MotoGP initially? I mean, apart from the engine, you say, what areas of the bike did you struggle to adapt with?
When you are a rookie, the thing that you struggle a little bit more normally is the electronic. At the end, the brakes is something also different, and you have to adapt to. But the most important thing that you have to adapt is the electronic. To have the electronics, and you don't have to use it a lot. So it's a bit like this.
And Highside John says, if you could change anything about MotoGP, what would it be?
Good question, eh?
No electronics.
No, electronics. This is important. The one that say that we don't need electronics, okay, try the bike and and later you say something. No, if I have to change something, well, at the end, what I don't like to do is the travel. I don't like the planes. I don't like to move the airports. I don't like it. And at the end, I think it is that travel. I don't like travel.
And I suppose
one track and another all the tracks together, and let's go to them. But that's it, you know.
And I suppose you live in Andorra, so you have to travel to Barcelona airport every time. So that's big drive, and then
or France.
Yeah.
Or you go to France. So one of those.
Demolition Man says, if you weren't a pro rider, what would your job be?
Something related on the sport.
Yeah.
Is the most easy answer that I can give you to you. But something related. I would like to do not mechanic, but maybe some coach, manager, something of this, because at the end you live not like a rider, but you living from the outside the races is also something
nice. This is a good one. Scotty McJimbo, if you could choose one song to listen to while you were racing, what would it be?
The Eye of the Tiger.
I know you mentioned Malaysia and Thailand before. The temperature and humidity are very high. So Rusty says, do you have a special training program before those flyaways? Do you do anything differently before those flyaways to prepare for that heat and humidity?
It's important to train a little bit in heat conditions. Normally, I like to train at 3 p.m. When the sun is completely like this in summer, because like this you get used to this. You get used to to the heat, to the humidity, to everything. Here in Andorra is we can train this in another way because. Um, Here with the attitude and all this stuff, you increase a lot your physical condition and this you improve a lot. But you cannot train a lot with heat here. You have to go maybe to Barcelona or France or some place like with more hot and in the level of the sea for more humidity and this is important. Yeah.
Anton says, how are your two bikes? So how is your bike different from Alex's in terms of setup?
Not I don't know what is the setup of Alex.
Oh, really? Enough you don't share?
I don't know. Yeah, well, we share information, all the information, but at the end is another weight, another height, another type of riding style. Is a bit different everything. So we do our way, like Alex. We go like this, sharing information, um, but at the end, I think, for what I understand, is we have a similar bike, not so different, really, really similar. That is it actually what works.
Yeah, you have a window and it works.
Yeah.
Christopher Hertz says, do you think that Suzuki only having two bikes on the grid hinders development, or are you guys happy with the way things are?
Of course, well, we are happy about everything how it's going, but I think that the two bikes more can help a little bit to improve our development. To improve the speed of our development, because at the end is something that Yamaha has, Ducati has, Honda has, and can be an advantage. Yeah.
And talking of testing, your relationship with Sylvain Guintoli, obviously he's a different rider, different size. How does the work he does translate to what you guys do?
The work that Sylvain for us is a Virgin Mary, he works really, really good. He gives really, really good information for the team. Normally, the opinions and the comments that they give to the engineers and to the team is so clear and so is the correct one normally. And what they say, what he said that works, normally when we try works, is always like this, and it's really, really important. Part of the success of the success of Suzuki, that is having Suzuki at the moment, the competitiveness that we have is thanks to the work that Sylvain and his staff are doing, for sure.
Okay, Johan, thank you very much for your time. I'll leave that there, and good luck this season.
Thank you very much.
Ciao.
Bye bye.